This is the Washington, D.C. Metro system. As it stands, there are currently 6 lines, each with a different color. Seems confusing at first, but let's break it down. Following years of planning dating back to 1960, the groundbreaking ceremony for the Rapid Rail Transit System took place on December 9, 1969 at the site of what is now the Judiciary Square Metro Station. The first portion of the system was opened to commuters 7 years later on March 27, 1976. This initial portion served only 5 stations spanning from Rhode Island Avenue to Farragut North on the Red Line. Over the course of the next 20 years, the original vision would be built out, culminating with the opening of the Green Line segment to Branch Avenue being opened on January 13, 2001. Even though the original system had been completed, this did not mean the end of construction. Line extensions, infill stations, and station upgrades have kept the system constantly evolving throughout its entire history. The largest expansion of the system since its original completion in 2001 has been the addition of the Silver Line, which brought Metro service all the way out to Ashburn, Virginia, and also serving Dulles International Airport. When walking into any of the 98 stations within the Metro system, one will almost always see one of these gray or blue ticket stations. Here, passes are issued which allow a rider to enter the system. The cost of a ride is almost always changing, but there are a few rules of thumb a rider can follow. First, the card itself is $2. This card will store all the money needed to ride the trains and buses throughout the system. On weekdays from 5 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., it will cost between $2 and $6 a ride, depending on how far you go. After 9:30, no matter where you go, the fare will be $2. In addition to paying per ride, Metro also offers passes to allow for unlimited travel on a given day. These passes start at $13 for an unlimited one-day pass, up to $38 for a 7-day pass. Recently, Metro has offered mobile passes that can be added to a smartphone through Apple Wallet or Google Pay. By using this, riders will not have to pay the $2 for a physical card and can also add money directly through their phone instead of having to use on the fare machine out inside the station. In the event that a passenger doesn't have enough money to exit a station, exit fare machines are provided to put extra money on their SmartTrip card so that they can exit. In general, most stations are laid out the same, with the track on one side going one direction and another track on the other side going the other direction. Signage will be provided telling you which track goes where by listing the station at the end of that line. For example, if a rider wanted to go from Forest Glen to Union Station, they would look and see which station is at the end of the line in the direction of Union Station. This rule applies to all lines with the exception of if a line is closed at a certain point due to a track closure or work on a station. Another exception is that if a train might not always go to the end of the line due to the lack of demand for the further out sections, in this case signage will say which station will be the last stop. So there it is, a very brief and high-level overview of the Metro. There is enough more throughout the system's history for a 4-hour-long video essay, but that's for another time. Throughout the US, very few places have as vast of a public transit system as Washington, D.C. does. Even though there are many problems with it, the Metro continues to be a vital asset of the nation's capital, ferrying passengers from place to place beneath the rush hour traffic above or below them.